Welcome back to the Alternative Highs podcast, the number one podcast in southwestern Ontario. That is just a fact. Quick PSA, 75% of you are just over here watching, not hitting the subscribe button. Just go hit that subscribe button. Help me enter the algorithm that is YouTube wildness. And with that, on with the show. Today's guest is a local to the Chatham arts community, Laurie Langford. Laurie, welcome to the pod.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Laurie, I usually like to start these podcasts out by learning about the person, what they did in their earlier life. Don't go crazy, but I like to see how they got to where they're at today. First, I thought I would talk about something. So,
Okay.
your house on LaCroix.
Oh yes, everybody knows about my house on
So
LaCroix.
I was the other person going against you.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we were talking because
I'm sorry.
that architect is a
Yes.
very famous architect here in Chatham.
Yeah,
He
my
has
husband's grandfather.
shut the front goddamn door.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
he's got there's a dozen or so of his houses
I think
here
there's
in Chatham.
probably about 26, if I
Is
remember
there? I was gonna
correctly.
say I don't know the actual number. I know there's it's not a huge amount, but
No.
for the time that it was a huge amount.
Yes,
It's a very cool spot.
it is.
And
And
Mr. Pinsino was he your rep on it?
uh, no, Judy Kovacs.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Yep, at the time. We lived in another Joe Story house on Lyttelton Extension, North Side.
I looked. I was just telling him about the Lyttelton one with the round bar, by chance.
No,
Okay.
this is a different one. This is the one with the basketball court in the backyard.
Okay. I looked at his other one on Lyttelton.
Oh, there's actually I think about 6 or 7 on Lyttelton.
Really?
They're just kind of tucked
It's got
away,
the
but
pool
they're
in the
there.
backyard.
Oh yes, that probably was Karen DeKoning's house.
It was
and
so
Judge
cool.
DeKoning's
I
house.
really wanted that place too.
Yeah.
I looked at both those. Anyhow, fun little
Well,
story.
anyway, yes, everybody knows my house. It's got the orange front door.
Yeah.
And the carport, of course.
It's
and,
very cool.
Yeah, it's
Very
a ranch.
I need something like that.
Getting ahead of the baby boomer rush for ranches.
It's gorgeous.
Yes,
I
thank you.
I loved his way of thinking. He was very futuristic for a builder back then.
He was also very focused on function. So everything was always where it needed to be instead of something being over here, something being over there. The kitchen was next to the dining room, and I know that doesn't sound like it's a real, game changer, but in some houses,
It is
it is.
massive. Yeah.
So you will have to come because I'm chair of the Chatham-Kent Arts Council.
Yeah.
And we are having a studio tour on May 30th and 31st. And my house is on the tour.
Okay.
And in with me, I'll have my artwork, will be also Francois Grenier, who is a ceramicist,
Okay.
and Mike Ondrovic, who is a folk art artist.
Cool.
So you can come and see what I've done to the
I
house.
would really love to check it out.
Yeah.
It's been.
I think you'd love my house.
I will get one of his houses one of these days.
Okay.
I don't know when and I don't know which one, but mark my words.
All right.
I will have one.
All right.
All right. So
Maybe you can have mine.
I do like LaCroix Street.
It is. It's pretty
LaCroix is like my road. I love, like, my last place I was just telling you about was I still am thinking about purchasing the building just to have the building. It's got 9 apartments in it.
Well,
And I
be a good
really
investment.
love it. It is what he's done to that place is so beautiful. But we won't talk about investments. We'll talk about
architecture,
art. Yeah.
Which I love.
I do like architecture.
Architecture is part of
It is art, yeah.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, tell me more about you. Where did you you're PEI originally. How long?
Well, I was born in Toronto, and I lived there for 7 years. And then my mom got really homesick, and by that point I had twin sisters as well, so there were 3 girls. And my mom wanted to move back home to PEI, so that's where we went. So I would say my formative years are spent there, and the majority of my family is there. So I'm from there, although I was born in Toronto, so I've got a leg in 2 camps, which is interesting. which shows up in my artwork a lot.
So how long you been in Chatham? And how does one land in Chatham when they go from Toronto to PEI?
Well, I met my husband at the University of Toronto. He was in the quad at Trinity College asking people to sign up for water polo.
Okay.
And I thought he was cute.
One of those water polo guys.
Yeah, and
eh?
I'm like, and you have to understand, I hate swimming. I hate it.
Yeah,
But he was kind of cute. So I'm like, give me the clipboard and I'll put my number down.
yeah.
And he didn't call me.
That son of a bitch.
So I know. So I had to get a friend of mine to
Do some legwork for
basically
you.
smack him upside the head and go, hello. So anyway, he said, we got together a little bit later. And he said, let's move to Chatham. And I went, where?
Yeah.
Like, to me,
Is he from here originally?
yes,
Okay.
the world stops. Upper Canada stops at London, right?
Yep.
Do you mean there's something between London and Windsor?
Right.
So I came to Chatham, and I've been here 29 years, I think, now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool spot.
It's not bad. It's got a really cool art scene that is not super.
It's really grown quite
visible.
a bit
Yes,
in the last
yes, it has.
decade.
Yeah.
I got to interview quite a few people in the arts community, and it is cool.
When I arrived 29 years ago, I was coming from Toronto. It was a little bit of a cultural shock for
I
me,
imagine.
as you can imagine. So the first thing I thought was, I am not going to complain about the lack of the cultural assets or the cultural nightlife. There was some, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to not be a part of the problem. I'm going to be part of the solution. So I immediately got involved and started volunteering, and I volunteered at Art Space. I shouldn't say I volunteered at Art Space. Yes, I did. I was one of the founding members of Art Space.
Okay.
And then I became chair eventually, and led through some pretty big transitions. And then in 2020, I was part of 3 people that formed the Chatham Kent Arts Council.
Okay.
So I'm the chair of the Arts Council now. So
Beautiful.
through the whole years, I've been trying to talk up the arts and get a good group of artists around me,
Yep.
which I have done. They're like my second family.
It is. It's a very much a family affair from the way I've been described it. I don't have a creative bone in my body.
Oh, you're doing this.
This is okay. I don't know if we're considering it art, but this is like, I don't know how to explain this.
This is art.
This was, I'll give you a little cliff note.
Okay.
10 years ago, I was in an accident. Did nothing for a few years other than became a drug addict and alcoholic. Got sobered up 8 years ago.
Oh, congratulations.
Decided I wanted to become something different than the game plan was.
Cool.
Swam across Rondo, biked, walked 1,000, 1,500 kilometers. Hadn't walked more than 300 meters. Just
Wow.
wanted to become some sort of inspirational piece in the community.
And also push the boundaries
And
of your body, which you'd been limited.
Try to. And then I was like, during all this, I was like, I really want to, how do I get in front of people? How do I do that? Because I'm terrified to be in front of more than a few people. Podcast.
So you can be an introvert masquerading as an extrovert.
Gaddy. So that's just the quick cliff note. But that was the idea behind it all, was
That's
how
cool.
do we show cool people in the community, cool people outside of the community, just cool people, value, cool stories. What do we do there?
Well, I appreciate that you think that I'm cool.
I think you're very cool.
Thank you.
So you meet water polo guy. You
Yep.
guys come to Chatham,
Yep.
build a family,
Yep.
make a family. I don't know if you build a family.
And it was definitely making a family.
Yeah.
2 of my best creative endeavors.
Yeah.
My boys.
And then what happens next?
Oh, wow. So I had been kind of creative when I was a kid. I didn't like swimming, so was I would be walking along the shore,
Mm-hmm.
and I would make little sculptures out of the things that I found, like rocks and bones and sticks and things. And my cousins would be off swimming, my sisters would be off swimming, everybody would be off swimming, and I'd be building these little things. And I remember doing that. I also remember being at restaurants as I got a little bit older and making sculptures out of the cups, the saucers, the forks, and I would actually take sugar packets and empty them onto a plate, and then I would put the sugar packet over the fork, like
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a little hat,
Yep.
and then I would draw a little face on it. So I was a little odd. Maybe a therapist would have a field day with me. I don't know.
I doubt it.
Anyway, in around 2008, my son went to school. 2007, he went to school full time. And I remember being in the backyard cleaning up a lot of his action figures. I'm also a gardener, so I'd be there. And one day I noticed one of his action figures just kind of like languishing in the grass.
Yep.
And I went, that would make a really cool photo.
Yeah.
So that started me photographing all kinds of really weird poses with Barbies and Kens and other action figure dolls. And I started exhibiting through Art Space, and they sold.
Is that like where you said the first part of it was more of a sexual?
I did a couple of homoerotic series with Ken dolls and stuff, and keeping it very clean but very suggestive.
Mm-hmm.
When you get close up, it's amazing how you can make something look. Anyway, that was the beginning, but then I started getting into more whimsical things. So I've always been a collector, a magpie of interesting things, and I'm really interested in the things that people throw away, the things that are broken, the things that you find on the side of, I need another sip of this coffee. Things
up.
that you find on the side of the road, like, I don't know, bottle caps, and I'll just draw your attention to this.
I was just going to say, let's go to the art pieces.
This piece actually has the VIN number from a car.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually ripped off, and I found it on the side of the road, and I went, oh, that's an interesting story. How did that go?
That is an interesting story.
Anyway, so I started building things out of weird bits and pieces of things, and this is one of my last surviving assemblage found object pieces. This one's called I Want a New Car for Christmas.
I do too.
You can see.
I was going to say, I see the gold.
And the car.
Yeah.
And the car. And the car keys.
There's
and
like three cars right in that
Cadillac emblem here and some wheels from Hot Wheels. And yeah, so I had been driving a minivan for, oh my gosh, way too long by that point. And I am not a minivan person, but that's what we needed at the time. And I just thought I'd put it out to the universe that I really wanted a new car. So that's, I want a new car for Christmas. So I started doing things like that. Then I started doing shadow boxes. So this started to bother me because I'm a little bit OCD. Dust, right? Dust on something like this. So I thought, let's enclose them. So I made shadow boxes. That's a photograph of a shadow box I once did. That one is called She Swims in Cities, which is somewhat autobiographical. But the original shadow box, I think, was called Go Fish. There were actually 3 of those fish women there. So I started photographing things. And then pieces. It's always about pieces, right? Putting together pieces. Whether I do that socially or physically with my art or just the shit that's going around in my head, pieces. So then I started doing collage. So, and I like the collage on board because it's a little bit more modern. I did have things framed for a while, but I like this. It's more satisfying. So this kind of also had a little bit of a sexual undertone. At the same time that I was doing these, I was also doing collage on board that were a little bit more empowerment related. And those ones sold like hotcakes. So I have some of my sexual ones left. So this one, I kind of made it about pornography. So look at the big fish. So all these guys have their glasses on, and this guy was reading the paper, but something caught his attention and he turned away. These captions are from children's readers from
Okay.
like grade 2, 3, 4. So here's one that I took out of context, which I absolutely love. My, you are a big boy. I don't think I have any more on that one, no. So then this one. Oh, Sally, cried Betty, I like your funny toy most of all. What kind of funny toy is that? Again, bits and pieces, stamps. Yeah, words like adventure, gripped, in their own phraseology, too. I just enjoy putting, strange terms. I just enjoy putting weird bits and pieces together. So I started out with the phrases on, actually, I read the Globe and Mail every morning. And sometimes there were phrases in the Globe and Mail that kind of made me giggle. It's like, ooh, if you took that out of context, that's really funny. So cut out all the Globe and Mail headlines, and I've done a lot of Globe and Mail informed collages.
Yeah.
Of course, taken completely out of context, and sometimes they're very rude, and I have fun doing it. So there's that. But I have to say,
You got to tell me about this one
my
too.
very first painting, I have always had a cat.
Yeah.
And this was done when I was around 8. That one's called Xerxes in the Rosebush. Now, I was really into Greek mythology at the time, so I named my cat Xerxes.
Okay.
And Xerxes went into a shrubbery one day and got kind of stuck.
Okay.
And I couldn't get him out, and it really upset me. So I asked my mom for canvas and paints, and my mom was super supportive of anything that I wanted to do art related or reading related, because I was an avid reader too. And I painted that, and that has survived. I am not a painter. Painting is very difficult. I find it much easier to arrange things that I already have and try to make sense of what I already have. To have something where the sky is the limit with painting, I can't do it.
Huh.
I
really
cannot.
like that.
I can't. Thank you. So that's Xerxes. I'm also a writer. I am just finishing my master's degree at the University of Prince Edward Island.
I did read that too.
Yes.
I was going to ask you about that.
That was
How's
me.
that going back to school?
Oh, it was the most gut-wrenching thing I've ever done, but it's also probably the most exciting thing I've ever done. My classmates are all from around the world because it is a program. This is a very specific program on islands, and it's about islands around the world, the economy, the geology, the culture, most importantly, environmental concerns. But I chose to focus on the history part.
Okay.
What makes history on an island different? What makes it so really exceptional when things occur? So, actually, I just handed in what I hope is the final draft of my thesis yesterday.
I was just going to ask you about your thesis.
Yesterday. So
Wild.
I'm locked in for graduation mid-May. I got my gown, I got my hat, I better pass. So this is to my professor. Please look at it quickly so I can graduate.
We can write him a really nice letter.
Her. It's hilarious because I'm pretty much the same age as my professor. And all these kids, I'm going to call them kids in my class. My professor's name is Dr. Laurie, and I'm Laurie. So she was Dr. Laurie and I was other Laurie.
Yeah.
So anyway, great kids all over the world. Absolutely love.
How long of a program was that?
Well, I did the thesis part, which 2 to 3 years. I started so it'll be 3 years for me.
Wow.
By the time I'm done.
Any regrets waiting that long, or?
Sorry?
Any regrets of waiting, or wish you would have done it?
Well, when I graduated.
Or are you just glad you did it?
Well, when I graduated from university back in sometime, I had been asked by my professor to do a master's degree with her. But I had put myself through university, and it was really hard. In Toronto, I was at University of Toronto. It was very stressful trying to support myself through this whole.
I can't even imagine.
So when she said, "Hey, why don't you do a master's degree?" I went, I can't. Like, I'm ready to throw myself in front of a train. I'm, lost the will to live. I loved what I was doing. I loved academia, but
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. So I parked that idea. So when COVID hit, a lot of time to think,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of time to process, I
Yeah.
went, I really want to do that master's degree. And since I'm going to Prince Edward Island every summer, let me just see if I can coordinate something whereby I can do it kind of remote and also in person. And the beauty of COVID is that it made a lot of educational institutions change the way that they did things.
Yeah.
So I was able to do part by Zoom and do part by being there. So I was like, I can do this. So I did it.
That was so cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I didn't do it for any job opportunities.
yourself.
I just did it for me. I
I
did it
love
for
that.
me.
I'm always a big fan. I actually just signed up this week to go back to school.
Excellent.
I graduated high school and walked away. I wasn't doing anything after that.
Right.
But I think it's so cool.
Oh,
And
you will enjoy it so much, and you will get so much out of it now that you have perspective.
yeah, can't even imagine.
It's going to be.
I didn't even think about that part of it. Yeah,
You're going to stretch those neurons.
they're stretched. What's next for you?
Well, I've been writing for Red, the Island Storybook, which is based out of Prince Edward Island, and I just
You were just put into this.
I've been doing that for about 6 years now.
Your story is
My story. I have a story every issue.
every issue.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so it's been about 6 years.
Amazing.
Started that during COVID too. So in that one, it's the story I wrote in that issue is called "The Day I Almost Flew," and it is about me jumping on my brand new bicycle that I got for my birthday with the sparkly banana seat.
Yeah.
And going out onto the road, which I was completely forbidden to do, and just hightailing it down the road toward Port Hill to my friend's house. But I never made it because my dad stopped me.
He put the kibosh on that.
Yeah, he followed me in the car. He saw me go. I didn't think anybody was watching, but he was watching. So he followed me in the car, and it was like, you're grounded.
Get your perpendicular back to that house.
So, but I think that was my first escape on wheels. So that's what that story is about. But the stories for Red are quite nostalgic. They take place, of course, in Prince Edward Island. And since I grew up there, I have a lot of stories to draw upon. So what is next for me then? I want to write a book. So I actually accumulated a lot of really interesting information about the topic I was doing for my research, which was my great-grandfather. And I didn't end up using probably 90% of it for my thesis. I want to take all that information and I want to put it into a book, and it's going to be juicy.
Oh,
Juicy.
I like that.
This
I like that a lot.
man was, oh my goodness. He was not a nice man.
I was wondering where Juicy was going.
Oh, the trail of wreckage that he left was just unbelievable. And of course, in typical island fashion, nobody talked about it. Nobody aired their dirty laundry in public.
Yeah.
But I was able to dig up a lot of stuff. And people let me interview them, but they didn't want their names to be used because they didn't want to be judged or any repercussions for actually saying some of this dirty laundry. So I want to turn this into a creative nonfiction piece so that I have the main character just say all these things that I learned. And it'll all be based on fact, and people will be going, oh, no.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, so it'll be
That's
juicy.
exciting.
It'll be juicy. So that's what my next thing is a book. And I'll keep writing for Red, and I'll keep working on my collages, and I think I may be getting out of assemblage. It unfortunately takes up a lot of space.
Okay.
I just sold off the last of, I don't know how many mannequins I had that I had a show at the Thames Art Gallery ages ago, and it was called The 4 Housewives of the Apocalypse.
Okay.
And there were 4 mannequins all, altered, and it was actually I really enjoyed doing that.
I love it.
But it was, it's very, you need a lot of space.
Okay.
And I think I'm moving more toward collage and to branch off more into my writing. So that's where I'm going to go.
Well, if you ever need to house any of this, you let me know. We've got some space here.
Ooh.
Be a nice background.
Ooh, yes it would. Yes it would.
So, as we get ready to close out here, as we usually do, I figure we might as well talk about something.
Cars?
Yeah.
Yes!
The need for speed.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Okay.
What, how long's that love for cars been?
Well, like I said, I hightailed it on my bike,
Yeah.
but I think my real love happened in high school.
Yeah.
I had boyfriends who had really nice cars, and my first boyfriend with a really nice car taught me how to drive a 5-speed.
Okay.
And after that, it was just love. And he had a '63 Corvette.
Split window coupe.
Beautiful.
My most favorite car in the whole world.
And we went to
What
prom.
are the chances you're going to bring that up in my life?
We went to prom in that car.
Got my heart going right now.
Oh, okay. So then you know how it feels. Just think about this. We're driving back roads of Ontario.
Oh, God.
I think we hit, my mom's going to freak when she hears this. We hit 200.
Shut the front
and
door.
And we were still going.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, the '63 Corvette, it's got it. It can do it. It can book it.
427, it's a...
Sweet.
It is the sweetest.
And it was the most amazing feeling I've ever had.
Well, I got chills thinking about it.
Yep.
My uncle had one. It was cherry red.
Oh, this one was white.
Fire engine red.
White.
And it had the side pipe. And I've got that picture still sitting.
Yep.
Just beautiful. What do you drive today?
Well, I'm a little more sedate today.
Yeah.
I have a Volkswagen Arteon, which is basically a Volkswagen on the Audi A4 platform. And it's a 2.0 turbocharged. I mean, it's not mega fast. It's about 200 horsepower, but
they're cool.
I can.
Will you build a car, do you think, ever?
Build a car?
Mm-hmm. Like restore it?
You know, I've actually wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how to go about.
Neither do I.
Let's
go ahead and let's make that happen. Let's get Mr. Water Polo involved. And
what would we build? What do you think?
The cool platforms are the old MGs, I think. I'm a Saab guy too. I love the old Saab.
I do like
I like
Saab.
those old rounded cars that just have that really retro look to them.
Volvo P1800.
Volvos are really cool too.
I would do a P1800.
A guy just did a really cool build of a Triumph, and actually he's got an MG there too, like the old MG, very rare, and it's they're so cool. I'm bound to do it. Just want to
cool. Just
wait.
Throwing it out there.
Gotta find a place to do it and how to do it, and I'm very good with talking about it, but I am not mechanically inclined whatsoever.
Well, this is why we have Google.
YouTube's the greatest thing ever.
We can Google everything. We could restore, an airplane if we wanted to with Google.
Well, I mean, might as well skip the Saab and go right to the plane.
Why not?
I mean, that's where they started out.
Yep.
Cool.
I think my favorite car though would probably be the Porsche 911 Carrera 4. And then there's
Porsche's such a cool car.
Oh, the sound.
They're the most refined, the greatest driving experience.
Oh yeah.
They're not uber expensive for the exotic, but they're expensive.
Yep.
But yeah, so
no, I think my next car may be the 911, but might have to sell my kidney and my children and my house.
Well, listen, I might be able to talk to you about the house. But we do have a question for you, not from you, from Megan from Calgary.
Hey Dustin, I really like your show. This question here is for Laurie. Laurie, when I do art and I look back at it, I usually get a cool memory. And I was wondering if the same thing happens to you, reflecting back on your work. Do you ever get a fun memory? And is there a particular piece of mind? I look forward to your answer. Bye.
Oh my. Well, memory, nostalgia, definitely. As you can probably see by this, there's a lot of nostalgic items on here. I'll use this as an example. So we have one of those old little angels from the Christmas trees that you used back in the 60s. There's an old Santa, Hot Wheels, memories. The cool thing about assemblage is each piece has a memory connected to it for everybody. And when you put them together, the sum becomes greater than the parts. But I look at this piece right here, and it's got some bits missing out of it. But I love it, and it reminds me of dressing up in old dresses and old jewelry at my grandmother's house. The angel reminds me of Christmases with really neat little. I've always been intrigued by angels. I'm not religious, but I really am intrigued by the little faces on angels and how they look so, oh, they're so happy with the world. Santa's down with the patriarchy. But anyway, memory, and this piece in particular, you want to talk about memory, me losing my cat in the rose bush and sticking my hand in to try to get him out and getting absolutely eviscerated by all the thorns.
What are the chances you'll have one of your oldest memories, which is your first painting?
And I actually still feel the hurt every time I look at it. It's like, oh, I have sympathetic arm pain from being dragged through the rose bush. But yes, memory is actually a very important part of what I do, and it also translates to my writing, of course. Memories about my life on Prince Edward Island, very rural Prince Edward Island. So yeah, memory is important. And, things mean things to me, but then I'm always intrigued by what people think when they look at the things that I have done, what it brings out in their memories.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of. It's like, that's cool.
That is cool.
Art, you need to talk about it.
Yeah.
What does it do for you? There is no wrong answer. Just art makes you feel.
That was a lot of fun. A great idea, Daniel. Laurie, thank you so much for today.
Thank you.
I really appreciated this. I had no idea that I was going to be sitting across from the person who stole my house. But thank you for today.
Thank you.
Daniel, peace and love.